Another book finished. Darksaber by Kevin J. Anderson was published by Bantam Spectra in October 1995. It is set in 12 ABY, a couple months after The Children of the Jedi. What's going on, guys? I'm the Walrus Jedi, and welcome to another Star Wars book review video. If you like these videos, then please consider liking and subscribing and hitting the notification bell for more. And without further ado, let's get to the Dramatis Personae. Luke Skywalker, Leia Organa Solo, Han Solo, Chewbacca, C-3PO, R2-D2, Callista, a human female Jedi, lost her powers. Crix Medine is a human male from Corellia, and he is the Special Operations Commander for the New Republic. Dorsk 81, a male Commite, a Jedi Knight, and a clone. Kip Duran, human male, Jedi Knight. Admiral Dala, a human female, Admiral of the Imperial Remnant. Pelion, a human male, Vice Admiral of the Imperial Remnant. Durga the Hutt is a male Hutt. And Bevel Lemelisk, a human male, designer of the Death Star, and also works on the Darksaber. Darksaber. On Tatooine, Luke and Han head to Jabba's palace via a Tusken Raider party. They are disguised as Sand People, with Luke using the Force to distract the other Tusken Raiders. They eventually enter the deserted palace after leaving the Tusken Raider party. They learn of the Hutt's plan on building their very own superweapon so they can use it to get rich and bully other systems. In the Hoth asteroid belt, Durga the Hutt plots to go to Coruscant in the guise of diplomacy. In reality, he is going to get the Death Star plans so Bevel Lemelisk, designer of the Death Star, can begin work on the Darksaber. Han and Luke tell what they know, but Durga is successful in his mission. To learn about the location of the Hutt's superweapon, our heroes decide to go to Nal Hutta in a covert mission. Lemelisk starts construction of the Darksaber, thus named due to its similarity with the hilt of a lightsaber. Luke and Callista go gallivanting across the galaxy in an effort to regain her powers. They go to a comet, Dagobah, where they learn if Callista taps into the dark side of the Force, she can use the Force. Hoth, where they meet stranded hunters and are attacked by Wampas, the leader of which is the one Luke cut its arm off years ago. The hunters die, and Luke and Callista board their damaged ship and take off, but are stranded. Luke calls out with the Force to Leia. Leia hears Luke, and while leaving Nal Hutta, she and Han go to rescue Luke in the Millennium Falcon. Crix Medine and a small team infiltrate the Darksaber, but Medine is captured after his team dies. Medine activates a beacon. Durga kills Medine. The New Republic fleet gets Medine's signal, and they rush to save him and destroy the superweapon. They arrive too late to save Medine's life, but they do manage to destroy the Darksaber via nearby asteroids. Meanwhile, the cockroach, Admiral Dala, along with Vice Admiral Pelion, succeed in uniting the various factions of the Shattered Empire. They conspire to hit multiple targets, including the Jedi Academy world of Yavin 4. Calm is attacked after two Jedi Knights, Kip Duran and Dorsk 81, go there after learning of Dala's plan, but they are found out. The two Jedi successfully warn the New Republic and Yavin 4 of the pending attack. Combining all the Jedi's power, they push back Pelion's fleet of Star Destroyers, but Dorsk 81 loses his life. Dala arrives in the Super Star Destroyer, the Night Hammer. Callista sabotages the large ship, causing it to eventually crash into the gas planet of Yavin. Dala escapes and transfers leadership of the Imperials to Pelion. Callista leaves to find herself and regain her powers, and Luke is crestfallen over this, but moves on and continues to build up the Jedi Academy. What I liked. The beginning part on Tatooine, I thought that was a little kind of neat. And it did kind of connect to some of the stories from Tales from Jabba's Palace, because in some of those stories you find out that the Bolmar monks, the mechanical spiders with the brains in their jar, in a jar, they had basically taken over the palace. Hutts as bad guys, I think, is pretty pretty good. You know, it's been a little while. I feel like the last time you had Hutts as bad guys in a Star Wars book, let's see, I think it may have been in the Han Solo trilogy by A.C. Crispin, if I'm not mistaken. So, cool. And kind of the rebuilding of the Imperials, them, you know, forming up and, you know, becoming a threat. So I think that's good. But yeah, it is getting to the point where it's like, okay, let's end this Rebels versus Empire. Let's end that and move on. I'm getting close to that point, I think, but you know, it's still a few books away. All right, what I didn't like. The Luke and Callista adventures I found to be kind of a waste of time. They don't really lead anywhere. So Dala is back, of course. Although she is more competent, so that's good. I'm glad that, you know, she isn't back and just like making stupid decisions. But the Jedi Academy trilogy did its work on Dala, so you know, I'm not exactly thrilled for more Dala. Super weapons, you know, more super weapons. Not really. Yeah, this is basically just, you know, the Death Star's weapon. And then the Bevel Lemelisk chapters. I got tired of reading Bevel Lemelisk because every not every single chapter. I think there's one where he doesn't, but every chapter is like, you know, he's talking about, you know, building the Darksaber, and then he would have a little bit of like, I remember when I was working on the Death Star, and Tarkin did this. You know, there was a lot of that, and I didn't care about that part. You know, I'm not interested in that. All right, just like, you know, the previous video, go over a little bit of Kevin J. Anderson's stuff that I've read. Obviously, the Jedi Academy trilogy, which started out fine and then, you know, went downhill. And he edited Tales of the Mos Eisley Cantina, and he also wrote a story in it, Swap Meet, the Jawa's Tale, from that. And in it, Het Nikt, a Jawa, wants vengeance for the death of his friend. He buys a blaster and goes to Mos Eisley. Yeah, that's a pretty good story, you know, where you learn more about Jawas. So I found that interesting. You know, they go to a Jawa swap meet. You kind of learn a little bit of how Jawas function. Pretty cool story. And then he is also the editor for Jabba's Palace, Tales from Jabba's Palace. And he wrote A Boy and His Monster, The Rancor Keeper's Tale. Mala Kili gets custody of Jabba's Rancor. He seeks to let the beast run free and gets plans in motion to that, but Luke kills it. It's a pretty good story. He was also the editor of Tales of the Bounty Hunters, and he wrote Therefore I Am, the Tale of IG-88. IG-88 is created, and he has 3 duplicates made of himself, and they go to the mechanical world of Mechas 3 to take over, and also to make plans to take over the galaxy. IG-88B was taken out by Boba Fett. C and D went to take revenge, but C was also destroyed by Fett, and D was eliminated by Dash Rendar. A joined with the Death Star 2, but was destroyed when it blew up. Yeah, this is a pretty good story, very interesting, especially the aspect where it joined with the Death Star 2, so pretty interesting. In my opinion, out of what I have read from Kevin J. Anderson, he writes good stories of new or background characters. He's okay with Han and Leia, but I feel like with Luke, I'm not liking what he does with Luke. The short stories that I've read of his, I've really liked. Well, that's Darksaber. I would give it a 5 out of 10. It is definitely better than Children of the Jedi, but it's not, you know, it's not a great book. It's okay. Let me know what you thought of Darksaber down below in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and until next time, thanks for watching.